Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. At this channel, we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our lives forward in the most positive way possible. If this is the first time you've been at my channel, thank you so much for checking it out. If you're a returning viewer, a subscriber, if you've commented, thank you so much for helping me grow my channel. I super appreciate it. And let's see what's going on. This week, we've got a big Wednesday ahead of us. Big Wednesday, we've got the equinox, which if you're in the northern hemisphere, that would be your spring equinox. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it is your fall equinox. And so we are going to have a change of seasons. At the same time, we have a full moon happening. And it's happening in Libra. And it's actually really weird because it's the first of two full moons in Libra. We have a second one happening in April. So really weird. This one's happening at 0 degrees, and it's actually enough time to get a second one in. And then we have, let's see what else. Oh, well, it's the sun moves into Aries on that day, and so we move out of, oh, Taurus. We move out of Pisces, which is a good thing because apparently all this Mercury in retrograde in Pisces is affecting you. And you have a lot of regrets. You're reviewing some things in your life and you're not, I don't know, you're not satisfied with what you've done or how things have gone. I want to get another card because I don't want this whole week to be about regrets. Let's get another card, please. Another card, please. Okay, thank you. Oh, look at this. So, take control of your life. You are the orchestrator of your own life. You can create what you want. You know this, actually. Either that or you have regrets about a Leo. One way or the other. So, I tend to think, though, that when I look at these, I don't usually think of these cards as the people. I think of these as the energy. And so taking charge of your life, creating what you want, it's spring. It's a great opportunity to do that. We move into the week with the moon in Leo. So this is a very Leo card. So there's a really great opportunity for you to pull and use that energy, using that willpower, right? When the oh my gosh, the leader of the orchestra, and I'm sure he has a better name than that, is up there conducting, the conductor. When he's up there and he's conducting, he's using his willpower. He's imposing his willpower on the people playing the instruments to get the best out of it that he can. And so if you kind of look at it that way, it's in your house, starts out in your house of home, the fourth house of home, mother, this one. Okay, you got your card. You got the Taurus and Venus card, the 5. It says Mercy. It's also known as the Hierophant, which is often referred to as the Taurus card. This card, though, is asking you to, I think, show mercy towards yourself, mercy towards others. If you're really stressed out by a situation, if you have a lot of regrets and you're trying to create something and you're getting all fired up about it, I think adding a little kindness into the situation would be a good idea. That's what it feels like. Like you need, because of that Taurus and Venus is that loving energy and that sensual energy and so showing kindness and generosity as you're conducting and creating what you want. On Monday, the moon moves into Virgo, which is in your 5th house of fun, romance, creativity, very much creativity, children. And you are asked to focus. The moon says to focus. Focus on what you want so you can transform. See how she's got the butterfly on her head? She is focusing. Her head is above the emotional waters, and she's focusing on what she needs to do to create transformation in her life. And you are being told successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. basically, Spirit is saying, do not let money keep you and hold you back. Do not let money be what causes you to feel regret, to not conduct your life the way you want, to not transform your life the way you want. There is an action that you need to take. And if you're worried about finances, Spirit says the money's coming. So ask for what you need and then let Spirit decide how it's going to get there. That is really hard to do, right? Take your hands off the wheel. But I think that you're going to find that if you can do that, if you can trust in Spirit, that the money is going to come. So, all right, let's get a little more guidance because we have this big full moon coming up. And while I'm getting these cards, if you could take a second and hit that like button for me, I would really appreciate it. And so this full moon is considered the worm moon, and it's about faith. It's about faith in the process, faith in what's growing. See, this is, again, that whole, if there is an idea, if there's something you're working toward, and Spirit is funding it somehow, you don't need to necessarily know how. I know you don't believe it. Taurus, you worry so much about money. So many Tauruses, not all Tauruses, but many, many Tauruses. They have this fear of lack, and they need the security. And with this week starting out in your fourth house, which is all about security and stability, and now we're talking about money, and it seems to be that you're worried about money, but you've got something that's growing. Just know that with this full moon, there's a lot of power in it. There's a lot of power. It's a super moon. It's the third in a cycle. Last month's was closer than this one is, so it won't appear quite as large in the sky, but it still has an awful lot of power to attract into your life what you want, what you need. And so when you're doing your full moon worksheet, when you're sitting down and you're writing out the toxic things that you need to release, write down what you're grateful for and what you want to attract more of in your life. And so one of the things you should release, perhaps, would be to release your fear of lack and be grateful for the abundance that you know that is being offered to you by the universe. And be grateful because you know that the divine will show you the way. And so be grateful for the information that is coming to you and release your fear of lack. And I think you will find that that creates the kind of atmosphere that really attracts into you what it is you want. Okay, so we have yang energy. So, you and I know it's okay to say, well, I know the divine is going to bring it to me, but you are being asked to take necessary steps and actions. This conductor is taking necessary steps and actions. It says, I need you to do this over here, string section. Okay, over there, drums. I need you to be quiet. All right, I need a little more bass. I need a little more cymbals, right? She's putting energy into it to create. But releasing the fear of lack is important. So release the fear. Put in the effort and trust. I think trust is one of those action things that you need to take care of here. So that full moon is Wednesday night at 9:28 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And for you, that is in your 6th house of day-to-day activities. And that energy is going to flow all the way until we get until Friday night at 10:16 p.m. when the moon moves into Scorpio, which is in your 8th house of transformation. I'm sorry, your 7th house of partnerships. So you're going to go from day-to-day activity, this whole attracting in what you want, putting the energy in what you want, releasing the fear. I think you need to release the fear, release the negative energy, and create positive energy through your actions, through positive steps forward. And then when you get into Friday night, it's a good time to step back a little on Friday and Saturday and kind of reflect on where you are and where you're headed. And don't forget to take a little time to enjoy yourself, because this phase of the moon is also about finding pleasure. And Taurus, there is always this temptation with you to work super hard and not relax until the universe says, oh my gosh, and gives you some kind of an illness to make you slow down, right? So when you're self-reflecting on what you're doing and what you're creating, the universe is asking you to maintain your sense of self-worth and self-esteem. This is second house matters. Taurus rules the second house. And so you are definitely being asked this week to really be in your power, to manifest for yourself through positive actions, not through fear. Not through sense of lack, but through knowledge and belief that it's coming. That what you're trying to create, you can create. And you create it by, you work hard. There's no doubt about it. And so those measured steps that you take, plotting a strategy and moving forward with it is always great. It's the negative self-talk's got to go. It's got to go. That tears down Tauruses so fast. You are more than enough. You have more than enough. And if you don't think you have more than enough, take a look around. You probably have a lot more than you think you do, right? And your color card is Improve Your Vision, Indigo. Spirit's asking you to take a look around too. Take a look around. You have a lot. So when you're writing down your gratitude list, make sure you write down all the things that you have that you're so grateful for. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have clothes to wear? Are they clean? If I know you, not only are they clean, but they're well kept, right? So write down all those things that you have the ability to do, the things that you do have. Yes, you have some disappointments. Yes, not everything worked out the way you would like it to in life. Because that's where the lessons are, and with the lessons comes the blessings. And so this week you're being asked to maintain your self-esteem and your self-worth, to release the negative attitude, and to move forward in the most positive way possible, creating what it is that you really want to create. Because remember, you are the orchestrator of your own life. All right, Taurus, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done that yet. I will see you next week when I do the full moon readings and also for the weeklies. I appreciate your time, and you take care.